Hi everybody, I hope this is going to work. We're going to try it again. What we're going to be doing today is creating a scale of tints and a scale of shades. And these are super simple to do, but you have to go slow. You can't be in a hurry to do this. So I want you to watch very closely. Take my instructions very, very literally when I tell you to use just a little daub, and we should be good. So, first of all, what we're going to do is we're going to take a scrap piece of paper, or you can use a regular good sheet of paper if you want to. I just usually use one that's had something printed on the back already. So to start with, we're going to fold it hot dog. We're going to fold it once, and then we're going to fold it twice. We're going to fold it 2 times. And when you're done, if you were to open it back out, you would see that you have 4 long columns. Okay? Next, we're going to take it and fold it hamburger. We're going to fold it hamburger once. Here we go. This is twice. And 3 times. We do hot dog 2 times. We do hamburger 3 times. Okay? When you open it up, what you have is a piece of paper that has 8 little rectangles across the top, 8 here, 8 here, and 8 here. So you'll have a total amount of 32 little rectangles. So if you'd like to, because I do have a little bit of trouble seeing the creases once we start painting, they're not very clear. So if you want to, you are welcome to take a little pencil and just mark the creases so that it'll be easier for you to do it. Okay, so here we go. We've got some paint here, but one of the things that you always have available when you have the paint is something to clean up with. So I've got a whole roll of paper towels here. Hopefully I won't need a whole roll of paper towels. You're going to need a nice brush, and you're going to need your red paint, and you're going to need your white paint, and you're going to need your black paint. Remember that tints is red with white added. These are the easiest to do. The shades are a little bit more, are a little trickier. So we're going to do this one first. First thing we'll do is we're going to take, I am doing it with 2, these are little lids from a stamp pad that I threw away, that the stamp pads were old. So I use them for keeping paint, but if you have a paint tray or something like that, so you're going to put your red in one, and you're going to put your white in another. to start with, we're going to paint this very first square red, because this is what we're starting with. So we're wanting an example of, you know what I'm going to do? I have some wax paper here, but I'm not going to use that. This is something that I recommend all of y'all do, and that is this is an old Ziploc bag. It's not a new one. It's one that had something in it, say maybe some food in it, but you can wash it out and use it. I just slit the sides so that it opens up. That way I'm not getting paint over everything. So, whoops, that doesn't sound good. I knocked something over. So we're going to paint this first square, your color that you're starting with. Your color red is going to be a little bit different from mine. This is actually, I'm at home, so I did not have the apple barrel red that y'all are supposed to have. This one is called flag red. But don't worry about it looking a little teeny bit different. Once you've done it, do not rinse your brush, because if you remember from your vocabulary, we talked about saturation point and intensity, and if you add anything to the paint, then it changes its intensity. And one of the worst things you can do is, well, actually depends, but one of the worst things you can do for intensity is to add water, because that makes it a lot more transparent. So we don't want the paint to be transparent. We want it to stay just like it is out of the tube or out of the bottle. Okay? So there's our first one. That's what we started with. Then you're going to come and you're going to take a little bit, just dip your brush in there, get a little bit of white, and then mix it into your red. Obviously, you're not going to see much of a change, okay? And that's okay. You're not supposed to see much of a change. You don't want to go too fast, because you've got to get through 32 steps. So here we go. I'm going to come and I'm going to do this one. Come over here, dip it into the white again, put it in my red paint, mix it up super good. You don't need to get too much paint on your brush, because you'll run out of paint if you do. So there we go. Third one, come over here, a little bit more of the white paint, put it in here, mix. And you're going to continue to do this in all the squares. When we get to the end, I want to show you there's a little trick that we have to do when we get down to number 8 and 9. Now, I am seeing a change now. Okay, a little bit more white. Put it in there. Let's mix it up really good. All the way mixed. Don't need quite that much on the brush. But you just have to trust that what you're doing is actually making a difference. You might not see it right off the bat, but your paint is definitely changing. Okay, some more white. Put it in here. mixed up in here. Are you seeing the change? Okay, a little more white. Got it on the tip. Put it in there. Don't worry, you're not going to have to watch me go through all 32 squares. We're going to stop here in just a sec. But I want to show you what to do when we get to the 9th square. Okay, put a little white. It's pretty good. Scrape some of that paint off. It's just too much paint. Okay. Now, if we were reading a book, we would start here and read across, and then we would come back and start here again and go across. But that's not what we're doing. What we're doing is trying to create what am I trying to say? A sequential color change. So this is what we're going to be doing. You'll start here at the beginning and you'll go across. But in order to see a difference and see the comparison between this one, we've got to go down and then start going across this way, and then down and go across this way, then down and go across this way, so that you're going to end right here. So what we're going to do now that we're there is we're going to dip it in the white, put it over here, mix it in, get it good and mixed. And put it right here. Whoop, went a little overboard. Okay, white. Hopefully you can see where I'm headed next. I just go kind of backwards down this row. And this is what you're going to do all the way across. Okay? When you get to here, you will go down. You want this one to be next to the one that has the next little bit of white in it. So here, down, then go down and over, then go down and over, and then down and all the way back over to the end. And hopefully, by the time you get to the end, you will see that your pink has gotten to be almost white. You want to see it go from red to almost pure white. So that's what our job is. Now, the next thing that we're going to do is you're going to do the exact same process with the blacks, but I want to show you something that happens, okay? I'm going to show you something that happens with black that is super important. Black is a very strong color, and I've mentioned it many, many times, especially, you know, when you're doing some things with the black pen in your sketchbooks. And I'm saying, you know, black is a really strong color. You don't want to put too much black in it. Black is so strong that it can overpower all of the other colors. So instead, what we're going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of red in here. Whoop. I'm going to put, now I am only going to do just a teeny tiny little bit, so it's not going to matter. I'm just going to go ahead and put it in the corner of this, because you'll see why. You do not need much black at all, because if you remember, it's a strong color. Okay, so you'll start with your red. So pretend that I've got a brand new page, okay? Pretend that I have a brand new page. So I start with my red, you know, right up there. Pretend I'm right up there, starting over on these, on a whole sheet with black. Truthfully, you may struggle trying to get 32 different shades of red. I have to struggle to get 32 shades of red. Usually you can get down to about right in here, and it's just already so black that there's really nothing else you can do. You could keep on going, but it's all going to be black. So that's because black is, again, such a strong color. It takes over the red so quickly. So I'm going to show you what will happen. I'm going to dip it in like I've been doing, okay, and putting just, you know, that much on there. Okay, that's just dipping the tip in. Watch what happens. You'll see that it changed fairly quickly already. You really couldn't see a real change in the pinks until later. So this is going faster. This is going to change. This color is going to change much faster. You see that? You can see it already. So if you get too much black on your brush, whoa Nelly, you're going to see a change. Okay, there's that again. So if you see, oh my goodness, look at how that changed. Whoa, we're going mighty quick. That's not going to work if I'm trying to get 32. So I might need to think about changing the amount of black I'm putting on that brush. Look at there. See, that is 3 instant changes, and using the same amount of black that we used when we did the white. So what you might need to do is just dip, say, a corner in. Use half as much. Barely dip it in. And then it's going to change, but it's not going to change as quickly. If you don't get 32, I understand. It's hard to do. I do want you, though, you have to try and get at least 15. And they all have to be different. So you can see, again, just how fast we're moving. Here's number 4, and we are already getting pretty dark. Okay, so that's what you need to be careful with when you're doing the shades. So this took me a long time to try and get this, and it does look very similar in here, but yes, it is actually getting darker, and it does get darker all the way into almost a pure black. you do the same thing here, going this way, this way, this way, this way, this way, this way. All right? When you're done and you have all of these finished, the last thing we're going to do, I want to show you how to number these on the back. Okay, I don't want to get these over here to dry. All right. This one right here is my number 1. So I'm going to take a pencil and I'm going to write 1 right there. This one then is my 2. This one is my 3. This one is my 4. This one is my 5, 6, 7. Whoop. I hit something. 8. And then remember, you came down. So your 9 is there. There's 9, 10, 11, 12, and you're going to number all the way, go all the way to here. This one will be 16. So this one will be 17. And you'll end up with this one right here being number 32. Okay? Number that. And then the rest, you will know what to do with your collage video. Okay? So if you have questions, you can send me an email at deltastateart@gmail.com, or I really would prefer you to use Schoology, just because that is up and running all day long on my computer, and it notifies me when messages come in to Schoology. I'm not being notified when messages come in to the Delta State Art one. I have to go and check those. So it's, if you need an instant answer, if you send it to Schoology, it'll be a little bit quicker as far as an answer is concerned. So if you have questions, send them to me that way. But better yet, you can ask me during your class time. If you are online with Mr. White, if you are online with Miss Singleton, if you're in the classroom, they know how to reach me. So let's communicate so that we don't have any major mistakes on these projects, because these are your exams. Okay, y'all have at it. Have fun. And I will see you next time on the next assignment. Bye for now.